Hey, horse. Good fishing. Tie that.
No.
All right. So I'm here with Corey, and we're in the butterfly guard. So we're going to work on my next favorite series in the butterfly guard, the shoulder crunch. So we're here in butterfly. I'm working. I'm doing things, and for whatever reason, I just can't get, my over/under. I can't get locked up the way I want. Right. So all we're going to look to do is I'm going to look to, as I'm working here, look to shoot one hand under, and I'm putting my thumb right on the back side of his shoulder. My other hand is going to come in, frame his face with my forearm, and I'm going to gable grip here. Now, I'm going to start pushing pressure down on the shoulder and start controlling the distance here. My forearm is how I use this to control distance. Once we're here and I get my shoulder crunch, I'm going to pull him in, lift and elevate, turn towards the shoulder I have trapped, follow it to top. Very basic, just a slight variation off the traditional butterfly suit, right? As opposed to the double over/under, we're just coming here. I get that grip in, here, pressure into the shoulder, framed face, load, and turn. Now, this move and this series was popularized by a little-known grappler. His name is Gordon Ryan. You may have never heard of him. He's remarkably average by all accounts, I would say. Totally natural. He just believes in acais and Jesus. That's all he believes in. But this shoulder crunch is a very effective setup and series that he works with at the highest of high levels. Questions on this? One more time, Chad.
I tried this Tuesday night and then again last night 20 times, and I don't know what I'm doing. Sometimes I'll just nail it, but recently I haven't hit it at all. I've really been trying to hit it. I don't know what mechanic I'm missing. Something's wrong.
So biggest thing that I see us mistaking as a team is we get here and our lock's generally not in the correct place. So a lot of the time it ends up like in front of the shoulder, so like right here, or other times it ends up like way behind his back. I literally want, so I believe it's scapula right here on the back of the shoulder blade. I want my knuckles of my thumb right in the middle of it, because that's going to give me the pressure I want on the actual shoulder. Because the pressure in this is what allows you to manipulate things. And when I get here, the other thing that a lot of us miss is we let this arm get way too low. You see how Corey's arm's starting to get on my bicep and he's going to start to collapse that? That's going to cause me problems. When I get here, I want that shoulder, that on my shoulder. That's what's going to allow me to maintain distance here. That's what's going to allow me to load and turn. That and underutilizing your frame would be my guess. I'll obviously walk over and watch, but that would be the big details I would see in this. Do you have a question? Other questions on this, guys? All right, drill her out. 1, 2, 3 with Professor Corey. And we get here. Boom, I dig, I get to my shoulder crunch, right? Like I said, guys, you have to be active with this frame. I kept noticing that we're just kind of, this inside hand is kind of just lax. I want that under his chin, or at least in his neck, maintaining that distance. Now, I'm going to go to sweep and Corey doesn't suck, so he's going to settle his base and try to post a hand, right? Pop. I don't appreciate that because, well, when I want to do something, I want to do it. I don't appreciate him stopping me, right? So, all we're going to do is I'm going to look to shift my hips out, frame his face away, and bring my bottom leg up to the top of his shoulder. So my top knee is going to replace where my hands were. Here. As soon as that makes contact, I'm going to look to open my chest here and slide my hands down to just above his elbow. Keeping that same grip, slow pull, getting that tap. Into that reverse arm lock. So I'm here, boom, I go to sweep Corey because I'm good at jiu-jitsu and I want to score points. He doesn't appreciate that. I'm going to shift my hips, frame him away to get that arm extended. My knee comes to the top and I pinch my knees here. Both my legs are active right now. I slide back and open my chest, pull my hands in, finish the tap. Now, a couple of us were struggling with this grip on Tuesday. So, I'm also going to show you the hornbuckle special. I'm here, I'm going to make a C grip. I'm going to do that same thing, find the back of his elbow, find the back of my elbow, and push. It's the hornbuckle special, because he's got gangle of arms and can't do this. So he just goes here, here, and finishes. Try both options, see which one you like better. I prefer this grip. It has better adjustment options and has better tightness. This one is just a little bit faster if you're good at it.
That top arm on that was doing this. What was the bottom arm doing?
For
When you were literally doing the arm.
boom here,
Yeah.
it's just reinforcing.
Okay, gotcha. It doesn't stop.
It's just helping as it can. You know, it may come here, it may come here, but it's just reinforcing to help. It's a weird angle and for somebody resisting. So Corey doesn't suck at jiu-jitsu, right? So I get here, boom, I get here. Corey starts resisting me. I'm a pretty strong kid most days. I'm not going to be able to finish that most of the time because I'm going to have to adjust and down pressure. So what this allows me to do is this hand can do the adjustments while this hand does the down pressure. So that's why I go to that secondary grip. Because 90% of the time, he's going to be trying to roll that hand to stay out of danger and come into you. So what Corey's trying to do here is, he's going to be trying to pressure in and roll that hand. So I'm coming here to get here.
But this probably wouldn't be necessary because you can find it easier.
Yeah, it's easier to find no-gi, but some people do it both. So it's a style preference a little bit. For some people it works better. If you really struggle on finding that sweet spot with the gable grip, it's a nice option to have, because I noticed we struggled with that a little bit too today. Some of that is you just got to get the reps in. That's not one where it's like, oh, super easy to find, like you have to just drill that. But that's a secondary option as far as grips go there. Other questions on this? We'll switch an angle for you. Boom, I get here. I go to sweep Corey, he doesn't suck, right? Boom, that's great. I'm still going to frame, open my hips here. As soon as my hips open, I collapse that shoulder, extend and open my chest. Once my chest opens, I find that top hand, here, or here. It's a nice one, guys, because this one, if you hit it right, is one of those scared taps. It's not, you know, a lot of the times you'll get that tap. This one's one of those, that's what I like about it. Questions on it? Yes, that bottom leg manages the distance. The top leg manages his chest.
In the full version? Where's the bottom leg go?
Huh?
Where's the bottom leg? I know the top leg goes over top. Where's the bottom leg go?
So bottom leg is, I'm bringing knee to chest and I'm keeping my hook bit. So for Corey's leg, I'm keeping my butterfly hook. I'm just pinching my knees.
Yeah.
Keeps me from pushing in.
Yeah, you're just using that kind of as a block to manage the distance. All right, drill her out. 1, 2, 3. All right, so I'm here. I grab Corey. We come here. Boom. I go to sweep. He bases out real hard. So boom, I shift my hips over. I go to come here, and Corey does one of two things. He either passes his arm in front, or just doesn't allow me in general to get the arm where I want it positionally, right? So now, what we're gonna do, our bottom hook is gonna go from the butterfly position to the armpit. Our top leg, we're gonna roll up. I'm gonna look to take the arm bar here. So my leg comes in, swing here, and around. Now, when this foot comes around, I hammer my heel down, pull at the wrist, and look to extend. The goal is to fight him at the wrist here and tap before he hits the mat. So I'm here with Corey. That will be a shit tap. Boom, I get here. Boom. I I go to my side, boom, I go here and it's not working. My foot comes from here to here. He's gonna feel that and try to start passing. Hammer that heel down, extend, take the arm. Big thing here, guys, a lot of guys are gonna start grabbing your head, so you have to extend your hips to finish this. All right? That hip extension is gonna be what buys you this arm. That and your knee pinch are going to be the two key details to this technique. So get here, boom. Oh, I'm going to sweep you. Okay, never mind. I'm going to still here. It's not working. Here, here, here. Remember, guys, thumbs up, good for arm bar. If he's twisting his hand, all you have to do is find the thumbs up position and pull. Questions on this one? We're going to break this and the belly down one separate. I noticed we struggled with that Tuesday when we did them together. So we're going to practice this one first. Questions on it?
You have to keep the grip on his arm so he'll pull it.
Yes.
Or
So when I'm here and I get here, I have to keep this grip. You don't want to ever depend on this grip. It can be a secondary grip, but only if I'm here. You don't want to depend on a collar grip here. You want to either be pinching or collapsing on top of that wrist. You're falling there. Other questions on this? All right, drill her out. I'm by. 1, 2, 3. So I get here, boom. I come up, I attack this arm, right? Boom, I come over, I start going for this arm lock, but he gets his arm in front of my face. Boom, I'm here. Couple things, guys. One, I'm using this top leg to put pressure so that I can move my bottom leg into position, right? A lot of you guys were struggling with unhooking and getting to here. I'm using this hip and this pressure in the hip to move. So this foot goes from butterfly hook. Now, if you can create the leverage with the hook, great. But if you need to, step on the thigh there and use that to come in.
People going over the back of that.
Yeah. Here.
Yeah.
So make sure that you use that leg as your motion creator. Even if it's still on his back, I can still use that to create down pressure and allow my hips to move here. Now, once this arm comes in here, let's say I'm not confident in swinging my leg over. Happens. Not all of us are blessed with the flexibility and good looks that I have. So, you get here. All I'm going to look to do is extend this arm over, and I'm going to come up with my shin over the head here. Now, my goal with this is to roll over and come out to my belly this side. I want to be facing his hips with the arm bar in. One of two things is going to happen. Corey's going to be buried here, and I'm just going to break his arm. Or Corey's not going to suck at jiu-jitsu, and he's going to forward roll, and you finish the arm bar anyway. You just follow the arm and finish. Either way, you're using that belly down roll to force him into that.
Okay, so I tried all the stuff that you said, but I'm doing something wrong where when I try to roll, I'm like rolling into pieces. I'm like rolling half of me and then the other half of me, and they're not hitting me. So I don't know what part I'm missing.
So the biggest thing is generally here, if you're messing up at the roll point, is when I get here, right? Boom, I come here. Is a lot of you guys aren't using this foot to help you roll. This foot is how I use my elevation. I'm using this hook as an attachment. That attachment, without my hands in the way, is how I get to here. That allows me to then face and come out this way. So, I'm here. I'm going to go hands free here. He gets his arm there, right? I'm using this because my leg's here, right? So I don't need a ton of motion. All I'm trying to do is get up to this shoulder here, and I'm using this leg to pull myself up. As soon as this knee comes down, face in, boom, you're in the arm here. Or if he rolls, boom, follow it back over, retake. That would be my guess is you're not using that bottom leg as your leverage point to get your roll going. Would be my educated guess. Other questions on one body? One body, my
It
friend.
gotta be like one body.
Like water, my friend. If it's water goes in the vase, it becomes the vase. Right? Questions on this one, guys? Same motion, same idea, but instead of bringing the shin in front of the face, you're bringing it to the back of his neck. So we get here, boom. Same idea as coming up and in here. We're just using this leg as our leverage point to come up, shin in, knee pinch. Start your knee pinch as soon as your knee comes forward. It comes here, I start pinching, because right now Corey's in trouble. I can put Corey in trouble right here, right now. That's what's going to force him to roll. If I start going here, he rolls, boom. I'm in right now. I'm relieving pressure because I like Corey and he works with his hands. So if I break his arm, it's not great with me. But he's in trouble the second he gets over.
How dangerous it is for me if I try to hit that and he push my knee and that working around.
Boom. So let's assume we get here, right? I get this here and Corey goes to start pushing my knee in here. You can always start bringing that foot in front. But if he does start pushing that knee in, guys, realize most of the time, you're going to be able to sit back to that butterfly. Now, sometimes they're going to pass your guard. It's going to happen, boys and girls. It's part of this game. But decent regard drill and you're back in butterfly again, you know. Is it possible? Yes. But at that point, he's focused on, I have to not get my arm broke. It's going to start limiting his passing options. Does that make sense? That's where that leg pressure and attachment and that knee pinch comes in. Because when I'm here and I get to this position, guys, at no point can Corey just lightly press my knee. If Corey really has to push my knee through, I'm in this. Like, this is not something he's just going to lightly tap through. So he's got to commit a lot of pressure and a lot of motion to get this knee push. So when he does that, I'm still in those attacks. I'm still, other things are going to start flying at him. So if he commits to the knee push, that leaves this hand unprotected. Yeah, then it's right back into the attack tree, right? Boom, it goes reverse. He brings the arm over, boom, I come over. So, not super worried if you're active with your bottom leg. That shouldn't be a high level concern, right? Should it be a concern? Yes, that should be on your radar, that if you're not active with that leg, just pop it through and they're passed. But if you're attaching that leg appropriately, shouldn't be a problem. Other questions? Driller out. 1, 2, 3.